Hi there, my name is Mark and this is Pacific Northwest Solar. Our family has a solar array installed at our property in rural western Washington state on the west coast of the United States. I've been inspired by other YouTubers to share my experience with our solar array and how it impacts my power costs. This video details my results for November of 2024, and I hope it will be useful information if you are considering getting solar at your home. Please also see the link to my separate video that gives more details on our installation, listed below in the description. I have added some additional content which I hope you will think is useful. Here's a picture of our 16 kilowatt ground mount solar array. The solar array is directly south-facing in one of our pastures, with no trees or other obstructions around it. We have 50 ZN Shine panels, rated for 320 watts each, with Hoymiles M300 microinverters on the backs of the panels. These microinverters convert the panel's DC output to 240 volt AC power, which is sent back to the breaker panel at the house. There is only one choice of electricity providers where we live. Currently, the cost of electricity from the grid is the same no matter what day or time it's consumed, no time of use rates. Any power generated automatically goes to usage in the house first, and then any additional is automatically returned to the grid. We get a 1-to-1 credit for each kilowatt hour that we send back to the grid. These credits directly deduct from the power we are charged at the end of the month. As you can imagine, the overall idea is to overproduce in the summer and use the credits to reduce or eliminate the electricity bill in late fall and winter months. I am using a Sense device in my electric panel to track power generated and power consumed, and I have written a custom Python program to capture real-time metrics for the entire system that I save and analyze. This is what the Sense app looks like, showing the statistics for the month, including solar production, usage, energy to the grid, and energy from the grid. Solar production continues to go down since it is fall, but ended up at 604 kilowatt hours for the month, less than one half of what it was in October. The fully blended cost for electricity in this month, including all taxes/fees/credits, would be 12.8 cents per kilowatt hour, which is about 10 pence per kilowatt hour for my UK viewers. Using this rate, the value of the solar production for this month was $77.50. The cost of my usage would have been $187.24 at this blended rate, if I didn't have solar. Here's a look at the solar production for November 2024 by day. Total production for the month was 604.1 kilowatt hours, with the lowest day being 1.4 kilowatt hours on November 17th, and the highest being 66.6 kilowatt hours on November 6th. There was a big storm with power out for over a day, which is why solar production was zero on those days. My solar system is grid intertied, so if there isn't grid power, then I can't use any generated solar. I don't have a battery system either, so this is the trade-off that I chose to make. The overall average production per day was 19.5 kilowatt hours. The total amount of hours of sunlight per day went from 9.9 hours at the start of the month to 8.7 hours at the end of the month. The weather was extremely cloudy for the majority of the month. Here's some additional details for the highest solar production day, November 6, 2024. At my location, the sunrise was at 7 a.m. and sunset was at 4:43 p.m. for a total of 9.7 hours of daylight on this day. The highest 1-minute sampled solar production was 10.7 kilowatts at 12:07 p.m. Very good production as compared to the rest of the month, with just a few clouds during the day. Here is solar production and actual usage plotted together for the highest solar generation day of the month. Electric furnace was on for 20 minutes, which is that high spike in the morning. Other spikes were the electric oven and water heater for dishwasher and laundry. Overall, the baseline load throughout the entire day is higher due to the frost protection for outside hoses and ensuring the garage doesn't get too cold and freeze pipes. Here is solar production, overall usage, energy sent to the grid, and energy from the grid on a per-day basis for the month, relative to each other. Usage, in this case, is power used by the house, regardless of whether it came from the solar panels or not. Very little going back to the grid, as would be expected at this time of the year. Having the grid power off for a day also shows here. Here's a comparison of the November 2022, 2023, and 2024 solar production, along with the yearly totals for each year. Overall, 2024 has been the best year so far for solar production, slightly more than 2022. It looks like the tuning of my solar array's position in 2023 is showing a preference of sprint and summer for highest production instead of in the fall, based on this data. As a way of comparison, the PVGIS website suggests that I should get 881 kilowatt hours at my location during this month, which I didn't come even close to this year. The month was extremely cloudy, which is why my production was 1/3 lower than the past 2 years. Here is the month-by-month comparison of our usage between 2022, 2023, and 2024, along with the yearly total usage. Cumulative usage for 2024 is significantly lower than 2023 by more than 5 megawatt hours. I'm very happy with this overall yearly usage reduction, since the less energy you use, the less you need to generate. Here is the month-by-month comparison of the actual amount that I paid the power utility each month for 2022 through 2024. My bill was $7.49 this month, for 8 months in a row, which is the standing charge. I'm starting to use the credits that I racked up in the summer. My credit total is still over 3,800 kilowatt hours. If the winter isn't too cold, I may be able to get to 11 of 12 months with just this standing charge. Here is a graph that shows the lowest and highest recorded temperatures on our farm in Fahrenheit for November 2024. The high temperature of 65 degrees Fahrenheit, 18 degrees Celsius, was higher than normal for November. The low temperature was below freezing. I'm glad I had all my frost protection for outside hoses and faucets in place. The zeros on the graph are when I was missing data for the day. The temperature was not that low, thankfully. Thanks for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up so other people will be able to view this video. If you have any other statistics that you would like to see, please leave a comment down below. Have a great solar day and see you next month.